Now there was a certain sick man, Lazarus of Bethany, from the town of Mary and her sister Martha, and Mary was the one who anointed the Lord with ointment and wiped his feet with her hair. Her brother Lazarus was sick. Therefore his sisters sent to him, saying, Lord, behold, he whom you love is sick. Then upon hearing this, Jesus said to them, This sickness is not unto death, but for the glory of God, so that the Son of God may be glorified by it. Now Jesus loved Martha and her sister Mary and Lazarus. Even so, after he heard that he was sick, he then still remained in the same place for 2 days. Then after these things he said to his disciples, Let us go into Judea again. The disciples said to him, Rabbi, the Jews are even now seeking to stone you, and would you go there again? Jesus responded, Are there not 12 hours in the day? If anyone walks in the daylight, he does not stumble, because he sees the light of this world. But if he walks in the nighttime, he stumbles, because the light is not in him. He said these things, and after this he said to them, Lazarus, our friend, is sleeping, but I am going so that I may awaken him from sleep. And so his disciples said, Lord, if he is sleeping, he shall be healthy. But Jesus had spoken about his death. Yet they thought that he spoke about the repose of sleep. Therefore Jesus then said to them plainly, Lazarus has died, and I am glad for your sake that I was not there, so that you may believe. But let us go to him. And then Thomas, who is called the twin, said to his fellow disciples, Let us go too, so that we may die with him. And so Jesus went, and he found that he had already been in the tomb for 4 days. Now Bethany was near Jerusalem, about 15 stadia, and many of the Jews had come to Martha and Mary, so as to console them over their brother. Therefore Martha, when she heard that Jesus was arriving, went out to meet him, but Mary was sitting at home. And then Martha said to Jesus, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died, but even now I know that whatever you will request from God, God will give to you. Jesus said to her, Your brother shall rise again. Martha said to him, I know that he shall rise again, at the resurrection on the last day. Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me, even though he has died, he shall live. And everyone who lives and believes in me shall not die for eternity. Do you believe this? She said to him, Certainly, Lord. I have believed that you are the Christ, the Son of the living God, who has come into this world. And when she had said these things, she went and called her sister Mary quietly, saying, The teacher is here, and he is calling you. When she heard this, she rose up quickly and went to him. For Jesus had not yet arrived in the town, but he was still at that place where Martha had met him. Therefore the Jews who were with her in the house, and who were consoling her, when they had seen that Mary rose up quickly and went out, they followed her, saying, She is going to the tomb, so that she may weep there. Therefore, when Mary had arrived to where Jesus was, seeing him, she fell down at his feet, and she said to him, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. And then, when Jesus saw her weeping, and the Jews who had arrived with her weeping, he groaned in spirit, and became troubled. And he said, Where have you laid him? They said to him, Lord, come and see. And Jesus wept. Therefore the Jews said, See how much he loved him. But some of them said, Would not he who opened the eyes of one born blind have been able to cause this man not to die? Therefore Jesus, again groaning from within himself, went to the tomb. Now it was a cave, and a stone had been placed over it. Jesus said, Take away the stone. Martha, the sister of him who had died, said to him, Lord, by now it will smell, for this is the 4th day. Jesus said to her, Did I not say to you that if you believe you shall see the glory of God? Therefore they took away the stone. Then lifting up his eyes, Jesus said, Father, I give thanks to you, because you have heard me, and I know that you always hear me. But I have said this for the sake of the people who are standing nearby, so that they may believe that you have sent me. When he had said these things, he cried in a loud voice, Lazarus, come out. And immediately he who had been dead went forth, bound at the feet and hands with winding bands, and his face was bound with a separate cloth. Jesus said to them, Release him and let him go. Therefore many of the Jews who had come to Mary and Martha, and who had seen the things that Jesus did, believed in him. St. Augustine says, It was really true that Lazarus was sleeping, To our Lord he was sleeping. To men who could not raise him again, he was dead. Our Lord awoke him with as much ease from his grave as you awaken a sleeper from his bed. Saint Theophylact tells us, our Lord rejoices for our sakes, for if he had been there, he should have only cured a sick man, which is but an inferior sign of power. But since in his absence he has died, you will now see that he can raise even the dead, putrefying body, and your faith will be strengthened. According to St. Augustine, Martha does not say to the Lord, bring my brother to life again, for how could she know that it would be good for him to come to life again? She says, I know that you can do so if you want, but what you want to do is for your judgment, not for my presumption to determine. St. Alcuin expands, I am the resurrection, because I am the life. As through me he will rise at the general resurrection, through me he may rise now. St. Augustine adds, he that believes in me, though he were dead, that is, though his flesh die, his soul shall live till the flesh rise again, never to die again. For faith is the life of the soul. St. John Chrysostom says, he does not say to Lazarus, arise, but come forth, speaking to the dead as if he were alive. He also does not say, come forth in my Father's name, or Father raise him, but throwing off the whole appearance of one praying, proceeds to show his power by acts. This is his general way. His words show humility, his acts power. Saint Theophylact explains, the voice which roused Lazarus is the symbol of that trumpet which will sound at the general resurrection. The soul of Lazarus is called to, as if it were absent, and a loud voice were necessary to summon it. Now is accomplished what was said, the hour is coming, when the dead shall hear the voice of the Son of God, and they that hear shall live. If you would like more commentaries like these, go to journeywiththefathers.com.